did you see the email from Saddleback Church? So Saddleback Church, as far as I know, has been in lockdown and has disappeared since the start. They haven't met since March. I won't repeat what's coming through the window from the other side, or if I do, just address all complaints to Rich Pierce, not to Mir. Saddleback Church, Friday, December 11th, 2020. If you say to a person in pain, now, what translation is this? It's not pain. But anyways, if you say to a person in pain, God be with you, I hope you stay warm and get plenty to eat, but you do not give that person whatever they need, your words are worth nothing. James 2:6. Dear Saddleback family, we don't want to be a church that just talks about love, that just studies love, that just defines love, that just prays about love. It's not enough to say we love people. We have to show love. I just sort of stop for a second and say, exactly how you're showing love to people in your church that have the desire and a conviction of conscience to, partake of the Lord's Supper and observe baptism and be under the preaching of the word. And they've already found other places, I guess. I can't wait to share with you my vision for next year, which is interesting, and how we're going to continue loving and serving people who are in pain. But right now, before the year is over, we're starting with our black brothers and sisters. So if you are an African American and or black member of Saddleback and spouses, no matter your ethnicity, isn't that sweet? So you don't have to be black, but you have to be married to a black person. You're invited to a special Zoom gathering Monday night, December 14th, since last night, 6 p.m., with me, Pastor Anthony Miller, and Dr. Anita Phillips, racial trauma expert. I'd only heard of one other racial trauma expert before, and that was Kyle, good old Kyle. But there's more than one. Racial trauma expert and host of In the Light podcast. Our worship team has also arranged a one-of-a-kind gospel experience. We want this to be a safe space for our black brothers and sisters to heal and be fed mentally, emotionally, and spiritually by their church family heading into the new year. But it's not their church family. Their church family doesn't get to be a part of it. They're being segregated out of their church family to create a safe space. Click here to register and receive the link. For everyone else in our church family, I invite you to pray that God will use this night to begin the healing process that leads to true fellowship in our church family. Did you hear that? Will begin. Think about this, folks. How many times had this church met before March of 2020? And there had been no beginning? All the times that this was read in the hearing of people and no healing of racial trauma, you get the feeling this really isn't sufficient. That's right. That's right. In the woke church, it isn't. I invite you to pray that God will use this night to begin the healing process that leads to true fellowship in our church family, and that God will begin the ministry of reconciliation in all of us as we head into new waters in the new year. I love you and miss you every day. And of course, it is signed by Pastor Rick of Saddleback Church.